everybody, my name is ePurge. Welcome to my first YouTube video on the channel, first of many for this game. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I'm just going to be showcasing the diamond camo that I got a few days ago, and then go into depth on one of the challenges, the point blank kills in particular, that everyone seems to be having issues with and that everyone seems to be questioning me on. About how I got it and what's the easiest way. Is there any cheap ways to do it? So we'll get right into that in a minute, but let's hop in game, showcase these camos in the sunlight, so you guys can see the diamond camo, and then we'll talk about the point blank kills after that. Alright guys, so I'm in game now. We got the MP5 ready to go. As you can see, I think this is honestly one of the best looking diamond camos. It does remind me a little bit of the one from BO2, just a little more pop to the diamonds. And then my favorite thing about this gun itself is when you ADS, the iron sight of the gun is engraved in diamonds, so that's pretty cool little touch they did with the MP5. But yeah, so this is the MP5, and then I think we got the Milano next, so let's go ahead and get that gun out. Alright, so next up is the Milano. This one was actually one of the faster ones I got gold somehow. It got a massive nerf after the beta, but it's still pretty viable. I didn't have to really play a lot of hardcore for it, if at all. So this one looks pretty sick. The reload on it's pretty cool. And yeah, I don't know. Overall, man, like I said, these diamond camos look really nice, especially on the SMGs. This has a lot of diamond coverage as well. So next up, I believe, is the KSP, but I could be wrong. So let's go ahead and get the next gun out, and I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so KSP. This gun for me was not fun. I had to play a lot of hardcore for it. I'm not a fan of burst guns in any COD, in particular SMGs. I remember back in the old days, Black Ops 2, the Chi-Com, that was also a nightmare for me. I'm just not a fan, and it just, in general, as a controller player, I feel like the aim assist is really messed up on this gun. I don't know if it was just me and I'm just trash, but yeah, so this is the KSP. Not a fun gun, but it wasn't too much of a hassle compared to some of the other guns in the game. But yeah, so next up we got the AK, and see you guys in a minute. Alright, so AK-74. This gun was actually quite simple to get. It's a pretty solid weapon overall. I think this one looks the best diamond. It has a really big body, so I guess it has a lot of coverage. The charge handle is even diamond, like you can see on the other side. So overall, it looks pretty good. The magazine's kind of bland, but you don't really see much of it unless you're really inspecting your weapon anyway. But yeah, this one was pretty simple. No issues here. So yeah, AK-74, and we got one more to go, and which is the Bullfrog. Alright, last but definitely not least, we got the Bullfrog. I keep on wanting to call it the Bulldog from Ghosts. So yeah, this one looks a little strange in diamond. I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks. This is the first time I'm seeing it. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. The iron sights, yet again, the same as the MP5 or diamond with the charge handle. Looks pretty cool. But this one also not a really big issue for me. This gun is super meta right now. It's not a very widely used gun because everyone's on like the MP5 kick still for some odd reason. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys are watching this video, definitely give this gun a try. I have a pretty decent class setup for this gun if you guys want that as well. So yeah, this gun wasn't an issue at all. And like I said, I want to do some point blank tips. I'm gonna make a separate video on the point blanks, because there is a little bit that goes into it, but as far as tips and stuff goes, I can kind of go into a little bit. We'll hop out of this game though, and we'll chat a little bit, because there are some things that you can do now that can maybe help you guys out a little bit. So let's go ahead and get that. Alright, so we're back. As I mentioned, I definitely want to help you guys out with the point blank kills. Now, I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of streamers are posting about it. The fastest, most efficient way to get point blanks, and I'm gonna be honest with you, there really is no fast and efficient way to get point blank kills. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is playing 007, trying to get behind the enemy. At least that's what I found works for me in my play style. But like I said earlier, getting point blank kills kind of forces you into a certain play style, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know if the point blank kills are bugged, but you really do need to be touching the person in order to get point blank kills. So if you're thinking that you're close enough and it's not counting, or you're not seeing the medal pop up, most likely you're not close enough to them because you're not getting the medal. So like I said, I will go into I'll make another video and go more in depth, and I'll try to get some gameplay going for point blank kills. And I'll probably do that with my shotguns as well, because it's kind of similar. But for me, what worked for me is I played a lot of hardcore. I've seen people say, oh, play combined arms, get on armada, take a boat flank, try and get behind them. That'll work a little bit, you know, and if that's what you want to do, go ahead and try it out. It might work if you don't want to play hardcore. But for me, hardcore was my go-to. I just kind of kept running the same flank routes, and eventually it worked. And I would get behind the enemy, and I would just run a suppressor, basically you go into your wild card, you run perk greed, and what I would do is I would run my perk 3 as ghost and ninja. So you're invisible to UAVs, your footsteps are nice and quiet, and you're able to get behind them pretty quickly. And with a suppressor, a sound suppressor, or an agency suppressor on your gun, they usually don't know what's going on, and they don't know where they're getting shot from because it's hardcore. So you can probably pull 3 or 4 on a good flank, and once you're behind them, you could just run the whole map and just flank everybody. And that's how I did. I would just slide into a lot of the kills, try and get really low, and just hip fire. Run a nice little laser sight on the gun, and that's pretty much how I got all mine. It is a lot of point blank kills. The 75 point blank kills I think is too much. I don't know if they're going to nerf it and make it less. I know they've done that in the past with certain challenges. But right now, they're there. If you're going for diamond SMGs, go for it. Another thing, too, that I would highly recommend if you don't want to pull your hair out while you're doing this, wait for Nuketown. Try and get hardcore Nuketown. Try and get objective-based game modes on Nuketown. Just camp doorways, and just try your best to kill the enemy before they can really get a kill on you. That makes no sense. I don't know why I even just said that. That's so obvious. But like I said, hardcore for me worked because it's an instant death. It's a one-shot, close range like that. You don't need to worry about them bouncing off of you or them getting too far away and jumping away or whatever the case is. So my recommendation, Nuketown comes out this Tuesday. By the time this video goes up and a lot of you are watching it, it might even be already out. But wait for Nuketown. That's my suggestion. You'll save yourself a lot of time, a lot of headache, and it's not as much of a pain in the ass to do it. So that's all I have for this video. Just wanted to give a quick showcase of the camos, give a little bit of tips if I can on the point blanks. I'm probably reiterating myself to what other people have said, but they are telling the truth. There really is, there's nothing crazy behind it. You just kind of got to get a little lucky, get a lucky flank, and that's it. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff. We're going for Dark Matter, and then we're going to eventually go for the Dark Aether Camo as well. So there's a lot of content coming this year. I've been grinding this game a lot. I'm already max level, as you guys can see. I can do a video on my stats as well if you guys want, but I'm talking too much now. We're just going to go ahead and end the video here, guys. Smash the like button. I'll see you guys in the next video.